Mukoda, also known as Tsuyoshi Mukoda, along with 3 others, is summoned from Japan to an alternate world to become heroes of the reincarnation kingdom. While his companions possess skills in swordsmanship and magic, Mukoda only has the ability to summon food and online products from Japan through his online grocery skill. Feeling uneasy about the untrustworthiness of the reincarnation royals, Mukoda pretends that his skill is useless and accepts money to quietly leave. After confirming that the royals are tyrants, Mukoda hires Werner and his Iron Will adventurers to escort him to the neighboring Venan kingdom, providing them with food from his skill and cooking with a modern camping stove. Mukoda discovers that Japanese ingredients boost health and magic, and decides to use only hand-foraged ingredients to avoid exposing his skill to others. One night, a legendary wolf monster called Fenrir is attracted by Mukoda's cooking and demands to taste the food. Impressed, Fenrir offers to become Mukoda's familiar in exchange for 3 meals a day. However, Mukoda soon realizes that he needs a job to support the cost of feeding Fenrir. Mukoda gives the Fenrir the name Fel, and Werner warns him that entering Venan with a legendary monster will not be easy and will attract attention. However, Fel offers to hunt for their food, and Mukoda agrees to cook it to save money. At the border, Fel's familiar contract allows him to enter Venan without any trouble, despite drawing attention. Mukoda decides to become a traveling trader and register at the Merchants Guild using his online grocery skill. Shortly after, he is invited to meet Margrave Lindell but declines. Mukoda becomes an Iron Rank merchant, allowing him to run a mobile trading stall between cities. He discovers that items like salt and pepper are rare and expensive commodities, and sells a bag of each to the guild master himself for a high price. Mukoda also joins the Adventurers Guild to sell valuable monster parts, but he must complete 1 quest a month to maintain his membership. He accepts a simple quest to gather medicinal plants. Werner and his friends are already missing Mukoda's exceptional cooking skills and express hope of seeing him again. Mukoda quickly completes the quest, and while Fel hunts for more meat, he uses discounted ingredients to cook spaghetti. Mukoda is disturbed to learn that orcs, who have a more human-like appearance, are considered an acceptable food source even for humans. To make traveling faster, Fel starts letting Mukoda ride on his back. The Adventurer Guild secretary Bianca develops a fondness for Fel, despite her rude personality. Mukoda has the monsters butchered, keeps the meat, and sells the remaining body parts for a high price of 200 gold. The butcher explains that the value of monster parts is often underestimated by amateurs. Mukoda is surprised to discover that the orc meat is even tastier than pork. To avoid drawing too much attention, Mukoda decides to claim that Fel is a great wolf rather than a Fenrir. After gaining wealth, Mukoda treats Fel to Japanese Wagyu beef. Unfortunately, the high-quality meat boosts Fel's stats, so much that he hunts even stronger monsters all night, including a rare orc general, an A-rank ogre, and even a legendary chimera. Exhausted by how many valuable monsters need to be butchered, Mukoda decides never to feed Fel Wagyu again. Mukoda realizes that he has weak magic abilities, but Fel encourages him to engage in combat in order to improve. Despite his reluctance, Mukoda fights a goblin village and manages to level up his fire magic. However, he faints due to exhaustion, and Fel has to rescue him. Fel rewards his effort by hunting a goblin king and obtaining a valuable magic stone, while Mukoda feeds him dessert pastries. Mukoda feels envious when Fel reveals that he is blessed by Niner, the wind goddess, making wind magic his strongest element. In a moment of jealousy, Mukoda calls out to any goddess to bless him as well. To avoid wandering aimlessly, they enter a town to purchase a map, but they find out that accurate maps of the world are national secrets due to the ongoing wars. Despite being swindled and paying more than he should, Mukoda buys a map for 1 gold at a pub, which shows the general location of the kingdoms and their dungeons. After learning from some adventurers, he decides to head east towards a kingdom by the ocean. Niner becomes interested in Mukoda. To rest, Fel takes Mukoda to a lake where he catches fish. While exploring, they find a slime monster that can eat anything, including the packaging from Mukoda's online orders. Fel reveals that the slime likes Mukoda, forming a contract. Mukoda names the slime Sui, who rapidly levels up after Mukoda starts feeding him real food. Once Sui learns not to eat utensils, he becomes capable of washing them. Niner grants Mukoda her blessing, increasing his magic and injury resistance, in exchange for a weekly offering of sweets. Mukoda makes the offering, but Niner constantly demands more sweets and throws tantrums. Despite the blessing, Fel is disappointed with Mukoda's progress in combat magic, so he takes him to a special area where he can improve rapidly. Fel pressures Mukoda to enter a newly emerged dungeon and fight monsters to improve his earth magic, Stone Bullet. To prepare, Mukoda consumes Japanese ingredients that provide temporary status boosts. In the dungeon, Mukoda fights alone and becomes more proficient in using Stone Bullet, ultimately able to shoot 3 bullets simultaneously. He discovers that Sui is useful in combat with powerful acid bullets. After defeating an army of kobolds, Mukoda confronts the dungeon boss, the Kobold King, who is angry over the death of his army. Mukoda upgrades Stone Bullet to Stone Cannon and injures the king but runs out of magic. Sui finishes the king off and levels up, while Mukoda faints. Upon waking up, Mukoda finds that Sui can now speak and calls Fel Uncle Fel. Although both Mukoda and Sui have leveled up, Mukoda is disappointed to learn that Sui is actually stronger than him. Mukoda then treats everyone to a large serving of oyakodon, a dish made with stat-boosting Japanese ingredients. Fel insists on taking a shortcut through the Griffin territories, causing Mukoda to be scared throughout the journey. On the way, Mukoda discovers rare mushrooms that have exceptional healing properties, capable of healing even stab wounds and broken bones. Sui consumes one of these mushrooms and gains a new skill of creating multiple types of healing potions, one of which is so potent that it can save people from certain death. During the journey, Fel is challenged to a duel by a griffin to establish dominance, which Fel wins, but requires Sui's new potions to save the injured griffin. Mukoda observes that Fel is also injured, which is a rare accomplishment. Consequently, the other griffins recognize Fel as the new leader. The griffin awards Mukoda a feather as a guarantee of safe passage in the griffin territory. Fel becomes angry when he realizes that Mukoda has forgotten to make offerings to Niner. After 6 weeks on the shortcut, they come across a trading caravan that is being attacked by bandits. Fel scares off the bandits, and the grateful owner of the caravan, Lambert, invites them to travel with him to Carolina, a city close to the ocean, which is where Mukoda wanted to go. Later, Niner forces Mukoda to apologize for forgetting the offerings, but relents when Mukoda offers a large selection of Western-style desserts. As they travel with the caravan, Mukoda becomes anxious after hearing rumors that Fel's exploits have become well known in many kingdoms, thinking that they might be attracting too much attention. Upon reaching Carolina City, Mukoda discovers that his adventurer's membership has been revoked for not completing any quests in the past month. He renews his membership and impresses Lambert's guards by showcasing the high-quality monsters Fel has caught on their journey. To make feeding Fel easier, Mukoda decides to aim for a promotion to F-rank adventurer. However, Niner scolds Mukoda again for forgetting to offer her sweets, and he takes a quest to fight goblins to begin raising his rank. While Sui initially hunts the minimum required goblins, he ends up having fun and hunting an entire goblin village, causing him to evolve once more and gain the ability to alter his size or split into 100 separate slimes. After earning his promotion in less than a day, Mukoda worries about the attention they may be attracting once again, especially after Sui's dramatic evolution. Despite this, Nina is pleased with her latest offering of egg pudding, which attracts the attention of other goddesses. 9. Guild Master Willem informs Mukoda that the royal family has granted him complete freedom to travel within their kingdom's borders. In exchange for this favor, Willem promotes Mukoda directly to C rank and asks him to assign several challenging monster-slaying quests to Fel without drawing any attention. Although Mukoda manages to sell some of Fel's kills to the guild, 2 of the monsters, a Chimera and Orthrus, are too valuable for them to afford. Nonetheless, Mukoda earns a massive 2,000 gold from selling the goblins and monsters, which is the largest single payment in guild history. Fel is then tasked with killing a metal lizard and a herd of bloodyhorn bulls. Meanwhile, Mukoda purchases some new gear for himself and buys a nicer sleeping bag, knife belt, wallet, and new boots for Sui from Lambert's shop. Lambert also expresses interest in buying high-quality monster skins from Mukoda, particularly those from snake-type monsters. After cooking an excess amount of meat, even Fel cannot finish it all. Although Nina indulges in the sweets Mukoda sends her way, she is annoyed when he warns her that too many sweets will make her fat. The other goddesses show interest in the food from the other world. Mukoda discovers that the metal lizard has evolved into a more valuable mithril lizard, but Fel still manages to easily kill it. Mukoda also collects some valuable mithril ore that the lizard had been eating. With Sui's help, Fell is also able to hunt down the entire herd of bloody horn bulls. When they return to the guild, Mukoda learns that the city lord will want the mithril lizard as a gift for the king, along with the location of the undiscovered mithril ore in exchange for 5,000 gold. After a delicious feast of bull meat, Mukoda prepares an offering for Niner but is interrupted by 3 other goddesses who not only offer their blessings for other world offerings, but also reveal that Niner had only given Mukoda a minor wind blessing, despite him having no affinity for wind magic. Mukoda receives blessings from Earth Goddess Kishiril and Fire Goddess Agni, and the Water Goddess Rusaka blesses Sui since Mukoda has no affinity for water. To show his gratitude, Mukoda offers a large box of sweets for the goddesses to share. Impressed with Mukoda and Sui's new powers, Fell agrees to hunt the snake monster that Lambert had requested. Mukoda grinds the black snake into meat to make hamburgers, and then sells the snake skin to Lambert. He introduces Lambert to modern soap, shampoo, and conditioner, which Lambert immediately buys as an anniversary gift for his wife. Lambert even agrees to sell Mukoda's shampoo since Mukoda doesn't have his own shop. The city lord pays Mukoda 5,800 gold for the mithril lizard and the mine location. Later, a swarm of feral wyverns attack and many adventurers are injured and poisoned. After using Sui's powerful healing potion to treat them, Guild Master Willem issues an emergency quest to slay the wyverns. Only Fell and Sui volunteer, and they successfully kill all the wyverns. Meanwhile, Kato, Kanon, and Ryo, the 3 Japanese teenagers summoned as heroes, are wondering about Mukoda and whether he is still alive. They also wish to meet the legendary adventurer who tamed a Fenrir and regret not having good cooking skills. Unfortunately, Willem cannot afford to purchase the wyverns from Mukoda. During his next offering to the goddesses, each one makes a different request. Niner asks for sweets, Kishiril wants shampoo, Agni wants alcohol, and Rusaka wants the same meals that Mukoda feeds Fell. After buying a bathtub, Mukoda and Sui build a bathhouse where Mukoda finally takes a bath. He uses the wyvern meat to make gyudon and stew. Fell comes back with an earth dragon that Mukoda scolds him for hunting recklessly, as his item box is now full of monsters that are too valuable for anyone to purchase. To punish Fell, Mukoda refuses to give him dinner until he has had a bath. He washes Fell with dog shampoo and decides that Fell must take a bath once a month. The earth dragon is so valuable that Willem cannot let it be butchered in case the other parts are damaged. Instead, he instructs Mukoda to go to Dolan City where the guild master is a dragon expert. This will also give Mukoda the chance to visit the ocean. After saying goodbye, they set off for Dolan City.